All right, is everybody ready? I'm going to tell you how I make my dough. I was taught by a lady in Tableview 2 years ago. That's when I started my business. Yeah. If you feel you've got a better way or easier way of doing stuff, please let me know. Then it makes my life easier as well. All right. When you make your dough, please try not to mix too much. The more you mix your dough, the harder, really harder, but the dough starts to spread. So once you press your cookie out, it's not going to hold the shape wonderfully. So I try to, when I mix it, I try to do it as quick as possible and not to handle it a lot. So you first throw your butter, your sugar mixed, but literally for a few seconds, just till the butter and the sugar is mixed in together. Then your egg, also quick. Then your flour. Once you throw the flour in and the flour starts to pull away from the sides of your bowl, that's it, you're done. Please don't overmix it. Then you're not going to get the cookie you want. Take it out, wrap it, then chill it for at least 3 to 4 hours. Don't chill, under no circumstances, don't chill a gingerbread dough. That I learned this week. Because I had to do 500 gingerbread men and ladies, and I thought, okay, fine, I'm just going to put it in the fridge. And then when I wanted to start baking the day before, I had to throw away 25 balls. I've got 500 biscuits that must be delivered the next morning, 9 o'clock, and I must do everything from start again. So when you make gingerbread dough, don't. Just don't. I never knew it. Now I know it. All right, so I'm just going to show you how I roll out my dough. Sorry if I sound nervous, I am extremely nervous. I don't do this at all. Hey? I don't know. Neil asked me if Dad was busy, so I just said yes. Do you want the recipe? All right. It's 200 grams butter, 200 grams caster sugar, 1 egg, your flavor of your choice, 5 ml of it, and 400 grams flour. That's it. 400 grams flour. So it's 200, 201, 5 ml, and 400 grams flour, and that's your biscuit. Can you hear me? Hey? Okay, must I repeat it? So it's 200 gram butter, 200 gram caster sugar, 5 ml your flavor of your choice, 1 egg, and 400 grams flour. And that, it all depends. Yes, this is the ball. When you finish, this is the ball. This is the size of the ball. I get out normal size cutters. You just get one. Say we make unicorn cutters. I can get out 30 of them out of one ball, but it all depends your size. That's, yes. Large. Just don't go extra large, because then you need to put more flour into your mixture. Because, can I send this around? I'm not going to bake or show you. I will work with this one when I'm done. Then you can just feel, this is what your dough must feel like. So it mustn't be soft, it mustn't be hard. This is what it feels like before you put it in the fridge. Yes. No, you just, any flour you want. You can use any flour. Well, at least I do. Yes. No, not self-raising flour. If you're going to use self-raising flour, your biscuit is going to be very nice and high, so you don't need icing.
No baking powder.
No baking powder, nothing like that.
And at what do you bake it?
Excuse me?
At what degree do you bake it?
Oh, I bake it on my thermofan oven. I bake on 165, and then for it all depends also of size, but it's normally 10 to 15 minutes. You will see. You can actually feel because I don't go according to time anymore because that bell made me mull. So I go according to touch now. If I can touch it while it's in the oven and it's not, the dough don't go in, you're done. The longer you're going to bake it, you're going to sit with a rock hard cookie. That milk won't even get soft. That happened as well. Yes. Yes. I freeze my dough. If I want to work quicker, say I've got, on a Sunday I make 100 balls of dough. By Wednesday I'm finished. Now I need to make for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I freeze that dough, but I don't keep it. I keep it just for an hour, then I take it out, then I put it in my fridge. And don't take it out. You will feel, I don't know where the dough is, but you will feel it's actually pap. It's not supposed to be that pap. That is what it must feel like before it goes into the freezer or your fridge. Once it's out, it's actually, it's hard, but you can still work with it. But you won't be able to work with this now. You won't be able, it's too soft. So in this heat, take one at a time out, work it, and there you go. Yes. You will see that the edges. Yeah. As long if you see the edges starts to just go a little bit darker, just take it out. But you can feel immediately because once your dough go in, it is that pap. But it mustn't be that pap either way. But once you feel, when you start to bake, you will feel, okay, listen, if you put your finger on it, don't go in. It actually is like a little crust it forms. Then you know you're done. Shame, die arme deeg. Hy's klaar met die wêreld. Are you all Afrikaans and English? Kan ek maar Afrikaans ook praat? Ek is nie Engels, ek's Afrikaans, so dit maak vir my makliker. Maar ek sal nog tussen in Engels ook praat. No, the gingerbread is totally different. Totally different thing is that is again, it was golden syrup. Now you must boil your golden syrup, your brown sugar and your butter. You must first put it in the stove, let it melt. Then you take that and your flour has got bicarb in. You don't use any eggs. So there's no eggs in gingerbread biscuits. So yeah, and then you just throw that wet mixture, you throw it into your flour, mix. Please don't put it in the fridge.
What happened when you put it in the fridge?
It goes rock hard. Like, I took one out because I thought, I was actually crying because I thought, how the hell am I going to do this? The people want their biscuit. I must tell them, sorry, I can't. So I took one out. I actually should have brought it back with. It was delivered on Thursday. It's Sunday today. That thing is still rock hard, sitting on the counter. There's no way of getting it pop or even, you can't work with it. That's it. If you want to build a house, a real house, I think that's your cheapest way.
It goes like rock candy.
What even rock candy? I took that thing and I took it and I threw it like this. Not even a chip. That's why I say I think I must actually build a house out of it. It's going to be much cheaper than building a house out of bricks. Hey? I tried everything. And the minute you microwave it, it's like this dough goes seized up. Nothing. Nothing. You can't do anything. No, I tried microwave. I tried putting it in the oven under low temperature to see. But because it's got bicarb in it, it's over. It's over. And it's that treacle sugar, that brown, dark brown, terrible sugar. I don't like it. People, you like it. So it's all it does. And then inside it felt like rock. So, Learn at others' mistakes, they say, ne? All right, so this is the dough, yes. No, I don't have time for that. No, mine go press in oven, get done. 165. If that is a thermofan, a normal oven, I will say 180. Yes. It's actually on my phone. Can I give it to you afterwards? I don't make it a lot, so I just make it at the end of the year, so I can't tell you. But the other one I get off by my head already. All right. Okay, that was the dough. So, you cookie bakers, you've got these. Okay, this is now to make sure all your cookies come out the same thickness. All right, that you don't have one cookie is thick and one cookie is thin. No, all come out exactly the same. All right, and when you work with your dough, try not to work with it also a lot. When it comes out, it is rock hard, but just press it on your table or on your counter, and it will go quickly it goes, that you can work with it. This is ridiculously pop. Holy hell. Okay. Huh? All right, and there is it, some with green inside as well. Yeah, and then all your cookies exactly the same size. They're all going to bake the same time. You're not going to sit with one cookie on a tray that don't want to bake. The only difference that I've also seen is when you use gluten-free. I don't know why all of a sudden everything is gluten-free, but those cookies don't change color, like at all. It goes white in, it comes white out. No, I'm serious. I'm very serious. I make a lot, and when the first time I made it, I thought, oh, this can't be difficult. It's just gluten-free flour. And this cookie is an hour in, and I'm like, what the hell? And I phoned the lady who ordered, and I said to her, I think the price is going to change because your biscuits is taking for an hour to bake. Meanwhile, the biscuit is long time overdue. It just don't change color at all. I don't know if the cake bakers, I don't bake cakes at all. If gluten does anything to your color of your cakes, but cookies, white in, white out. All right, that is, yes. You know what? Buy baking, which one is in Milnerton? Baking tin. All right, they have this nice, whoever, that one that's there. Who's what called? Oh, by them it's called dowels. No. It's much thinner than that. It's so a thin thing. All right? I went through at least 5 a week. Because as I'm busy. I don't have time to sit and slowly do it. So I'm busy and then I knock it off and then it falls and it breaks. So I actually went to the hardware shop and I bought these. What the hell? It does exactly the same purpose. So yes, and I can make much more dough because the other ones were shorter. You just had this little space to make. So I went to the hardware shop and I bought these and just use them. Please just disinfect it. Don't just use it. What are they called? I don't have a cooking clue. There, that lady knows. Yeah, there against the wall is. So you are, yes. This sir knows exactly. You can ask him. Yes. Yes. Now I bought, yeah, I bought that and it works wonderful. Thanks, sir.
I have no idea.
Yes. Yes. Here, whatever die naam is, dit is net om jou koekies reguit te hou. All right, and then just your cut out. Is baie warm nie. All right. All right, and there is, because this dough is so puff, I can do anything with it now. But this is your cookie. You understand? I mean, you get a lot of cookies that is so thin. I saw these biscuits and I'm like, what's it? What you gonna eat? The icing? Because there's almost no biscuit. I like this size. I mean, when I want to eat a cookie, I want to eat a cookie. I don't want to eat a piece of cardboard. Hey? Yes, another thing, it's break-proof as well. The thinner your biscuit, I make the toppers for the cupcakes, then I go much thinner. But then I'm also much more careful what I do because they tend to break. You can just put them down and there it goes. All right. This iced, myself, 10 rand. That's what I ask. You guys can ask whatever you want. You see, for me, I started this business because I struggle with depression, right? And they said I must do something to just relax myself. I started this business. For me, it's not about, and I understand completely, please don't listen to me, do your own thing. It's each to their own, and for me it is, I want to be able, if a multi-millionaire comes to me, asks me, can you make the biscuits? Yes, I can make the biscuits, this is my price. She can afford it. The next person, so much want to give their child also that special birthday party, that special, or make it special. They can't afford it. But at least with the 10 rand biscuit, you can afford it. So it's for everybody. But as I say, you ask your price, please. For me, it's not a business. Like some of you ladies, it is your business. It is your income. For me, it is an income, but for me, it's more therapeutic. Because I close my door and nobody can bother me and I just work. And I don't know about you ladies that does biscuits, but it's a hard business. It's real, but it's a hard. You can ask my friend Munira. I sleep in a week. If I'm lucky, that's from a Monday to a Sunday, 10 hours a week. That's what I sleep. I'm serious. I go sleep 12 o'clock and where's my phone? My alarm is set on 2. Up. Now you need to start work. Nee, ek doen net dit. Nooit, ek sal dit nooit gedoen het nie. No, I don't know, you people that does work and now you come home and do, I don't know how you manage. Seriously, I take my hat off to you. Because I don't know. That's the thing, if you love it, then it's no, I think most of my friends think I'm totally bonkers doing this. But for me, I love it. All right, that is the dough. Now your icing, I prefer using egg white powder. You get egg white powder, you get Acti-White, and then you get the normal egg white, the slimy stuff. I don't like to use the slimy stuff at all. I don't like the smell of it. And for me, the icing don't last that long, or it's not so fresh. I mean, when I started, I used to use it, and after the second day, then you can smell the icing is starting to, that's keeping it in the fridge, it's starting to smell. Egg white powder is the best for me personally. I don't like Acti-White. Acti-White gives a hell of a lot of air bubbles, so you're going to sit and prick till it comes out by your brains to get rid of it. This is egg white powder. This, eh? Yes, It's called meringue powder at Cabs. Yeah. I buy this pack by Osmond's in Grassy Park. No shit, Murina, where is it? Gatesville. I buy this by Gatesville, and I pay for this a kilo bag, 250 rand. So, you get, okay, I go through a bag a week, but it lasts long. Hey? Yes, they smell such small little bags as well, but that is too little to make. It's too little to make one batch of icing, so you need a few of those small bags. And I don't have time for 100 small bags. I'd rather just buy one and I'm done. Long. No, she asked how long will it keep? Long, but I don't get time because I go through 25 kgs of sugar, icing sugar in a week. That's from Monday to Friday, then I'm done. So I really don't know. I can't tell you how long it lasts because I just use it up. It never stands by me. If I don't decorate with it, my children eat it, so it's always gone.
It's 2.5 weeks. Egg white powder.
This lady says 2.5 weeks. You can keep it in the fridge. All right, really. That's nice. Now I know December when I close, I can keep it in the fridge and use again.
2.5.
All right, now the egg white powder consistencies. Some people think it's the worst nightmare ever is the consistencies, but once you get into it, you know exactly this is stiff, this is nice for piping flowers, or this is nice for writing or flooding, or I've got to. Okay, when I make my icing, I make 2 batches always. I make super stiff, and then I make this one, which is not runny. It's not really runny, but I like to work with it. I still thin it down, but for me it's best to work with icing that is, you can see, where the other one, like, yeah, the other one is stiff. It's stiff. This, I like to, when I do this, I'm going to tell you now how I make this. I make it different ways. This one, the very stiff, I just put my egg white powder. Let me just think quickly. Yeah, it's a 1/3 cup of water with 5 tablespoons of egg white powder. I put in the machine and I put that ball whisk and I beat the living hell out of this stuff. It must fluff up like madness. Then your 1 kilo of icing, mix it through, you're finished. Because you're not going to flood a biscuit, or you're not going to do any flooding with this, or at least I don't. This one is the one I do flooding with. So this one I do totally different way because I don't want air bubbles in it. If I must make this one, and I'm going to thin it down, I'm going to sit with a hell of a lot of air bubbles. Because of that whisk, you put air into that egg white powder, you're going to struggle to get it out. So for the thick one, I do it, but the runny one, no. The runny one I use 500 mils lukewarm water again. And 500 mils lukewarm water with 50 gram egg white powder. Now I always make it on, say I know in the mornings, yeah, by 6 o'clock, then I make my egg white powder on. And I've got containers. You can whisk it, but not a lot. I use that hand whisk, not the electrical one, that nice thing. Then I just mix it like this, I leave it. You will see it starts to froth. Just leave it, put it in the fridge. I will say it will be the best if you can leave it for 4 hours, let it stand, because once you're going to come by your fridge, you're going to see at the top is a thick layer of foam. please take it off, throw it away. Then you just take a spoon, just mix your icing, your liquid through again. There you're ready. Now you can start to pipe. And you're not going to have, you're going to have here and there a bubble, but you're not going to sit with bubbles. 2 kilos. 500, it must be lukewarm water. You can't use cold water because then this egg white powder is not going to dissolve at all. You're going to sit with big, big lumps.
Sorry, can you just repeat the recipe for the egg white powder again?
Which one? The stiff one is 3/4 cup. Third. What the fuck is a third and a 3/4? What is that? Huh? Munira. 'n 3/4 koppie. Wat is dit in Afrikaans en Engels? 3/4. Jesus.
3 over 4, yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Cream of tart you use when you use the egg, like the egg white, because it makes it, if there's any, and it makes your icing also white. That's the only reason that they use cream of tartar, is to make your icing white. You know, I don't know. Wat waarmee kan ik jou? Die dik ene is die 3, hoe moet die nou? The thick one with the 5 tablespoons of egg white powder is the 3/4 cup of water. Daai een met die 3 met die streep en die 4 onder. Daai ene. Nee, daai kan jy enige water gebruik want jy gaan die lewende hel uit daai ding uit. So jy kan hom enigiets gebruik. That's 1 kg. Hi shame, sorry julle, ek maak alles die mekaar. What would you like to see? All right, so dit is die 1 kilogram ene, hy is bitterstyf. This is the runny one. You can see the difference between the two immediately. Okay, I'm going to thin it down now. Please don't leave it open as well. Once you take out your container, close your container immediately, it's going to get hard. Yeah. All right. Wat was daar nog? Okay, nee, ek weet nou glad nie waar ek is nie. Ek gebruik die papier. As jy met panne gaan smeer, jy gaan daai is 'n jy gaan die Kaap gaan vir jou soe vir water. All right. So now this thickness I like to make is when I do Santa's beard, or you do a beer mug and you would like to have the foam or the froth on top, but you don't want this thickness, because this thickness, when you start to pipe, it makes points. This one, the points go away after a while. You won't get any points. It levels out like it wants to be as flooded, but not really because it's so thick. So I'll show you now. Oh, Here, help. Ek kan nie hierdie lepeltjies measure en ek kan nie. Julle kan maar gaan measure by die huis, hoor. Because I can't tell you, listen, put 1 tablespoon of water by, en dan kom jy by die huis, dan sit jy die lepel water by, en dan sit 'n loperig, en dan sit, die vrou weet nie waarvan sy praat nie. So just do it on your own, please. Okay, I also use a glass bowl, not plastic. Plastic has like a oily layer inside that's going to affect your royal icing. I also don't use a spoon. When you use a spoon, you tend to put a lot of air bubbles into your icing. So the best for me is a knife, because you can really go bonkers and you don't sit with a lot of air bubbles. Who? No, I don't like to work with a stainless steel bowl either. I just use, shame, my children don't have porridge bowls anymore because mommy's using everything for icing. If you want toys, don't ask for a bowl because I'm using it. All right, this is the perfect consistency for me to do flooding work with. Okay, would you like to, must I send it around that you guys can see? This one. Okay, ek weet nie wat gebruik julle almal vir piping bags nie, maar ek het nie tyd om elke sakkie te gaan uitwas nie. So ek koop sommer hierdie knip pyp gooi weg. Nou waar is my bottel? Ai. Ja. Maar ek het dit nou nie saamgebring nie, jammer. Ek het 'n koffiebottel, nie net 'n gewone Douwe Egberts, as jy nou dit kan bekostig. Ja. Koffiebottel, sit dit in en gooi jou icing in. Okay, I use these piping bags, and then I also, when I want to fill my icing bag, you can't hold the bag with one hand, now you want to fill. It's very uncomfortable. So I use a normal coffee tin, that glass coffee tins. Put your bag in, fold it, put your stuff in, take it out, and then there you go. Sorry. Maar net 'n onesie gou flat, hoor. Does anybody maybe have a scissor? Stupid question. Do you? Ons gaan nie die koekie eet nie, so. Wie sin is hier nie? Jy's, hè? Regtig? Wil jy nie 'n stukkie deeg vat jy?
Is hierdie reg?
Of for me. Ja, thank you man. Dink jy dis van 'n put this for me? Okay. Julle weet seker, you all know what this is. This is heaven, really. This is my dehydrator, all right? Once I am done flooding, this makes sure that you don't get any craters, especially when you ice small little areas of your biscuit, they tend to grate. I put it in here for 2 minutes max, don't put it longer, because then this biscuit is going to be very, very, very dry. And then I have a big, big, big one that I put in about 20 trays, but that is just fans that it's running the whole time, just to make sure that your icing, I can make a biscuit, flood it, decorate it, 3 hours. It's dry, it's packed, it's ready to go. Normally you must sit and wait 8 hours for the thing to dry. Invest, and it's not cheap, it's not expensive, it's $1.99. $1.99 by Clicks. Serious. It's got 5 trays. I just bought 2 with. Dehydrator. It's going to make your life much easier, much quicker, no craters. You look very, very, very familiar. Lady at the back. You look very familiar. I don't know why. Do I know you? All right. Now I'm just going to start icing. Kan dit geoorloof? Ja. Weet jy, dit is my so lelik. Want as jy 'n hemp gaan kyk, het 'n hemp 'n lyn buite en dan is dit die materiaal? Nee. Vir my is dit baie, jy kan dit seker maar doen. Ek's nie 'n fan, my koekies, ek maak dit nie so nie. Ek hou nie daarvan nie. Kan ek maar sonder hierdie ding werk? Baie dankie. Ek probeer. Ek gaan nou vir jou wys, hoor. Daar, dit is klaar. Okay, nou sit jy hom in jou dehydrator 2 minute max, net dat hy crust vorm. Ek dink jy het vir my gevra van die shine. Ek weet nie van die shine storie. Ek weet glad nie van dit nie. Ek weet nie, want sodra jy so hoe vinniger jou icing droog word, dan hou hy die blink. Nee, Monira, blink my koekies.
Ja,
Here, jy vat amper elke week my koekies, nou sê jy ek weet nie.
jou koekies blink.
My koekies blink.
Ek koop gereeld by jou
Really?
koekies blink.
Okay. Ja, so, daar is hulle. Nou gaan hulle maar net droog raak. Excuse me? If you want to work on top of this, I'm going to show you now what I do wet on wet. Okay? Maar as jy wil gaan soos jy kry onesies met olifantjies en goed op, nee, maak seker daai onderste laag is droog voordat jy enige iets doen, hoor. Sorry, when it's like this, you can do the wet on wet icing. But please, if you want to work on top of your biscuit, don't. You must wait till this is your flooded. We call this flooding. Make sure your flooding is dry before you work on top of it. All right. I'm gonna, like this one is dry. So I can work on this one. All right. Nee, 2, 3. As jy 'n dehydrator het of fans wat blaas, 2, 3 ure dan kan jy werk. Ek het nie tyd vir 8 ure om te wag nie. As jy gaan ook sien the warmer the weather is, your icing starts to split. If it's terribly split, you need to mix it over. But if it's just, you can see it's starting to split, I just take all the icing to the bottom and I just sit and mix it with my hand through again. It just saves time because now it's another bowl that must be cleaned and another bag. I don't think this is going to work. This is not going to work. All right, this is just wet on wet. So you just take your scribble and you just sit and play around with your icing. This is when you do wet on wet. I mean, you ladies know. I don't know if this is starting to run off, yeah. All right. All right, now you have a dry biscuit, which is dry, and you want to do something on top of this. What can we do? Ooh. Wie is er afgewikkel? Enige iets anders behalwe 'n unicorn. Okay, kom ons doen dit. But what is nice about working with royal icing and biscuits, you can do whatever you want to do. It looks amazing, or at least I think it looks amazing afterwards. But I like to work with biscuits there's more work to be done, because if there's any flaw here, you can hide it so nicely. This biscuits, no, you can't hide it. I hate doing simple biscuits, just for that fact that there's no way you can hide anything. There's your biscuit and pray. All right. And I think this is too. Sorry, let me just put this in another bag. This hole is too big. And the more stuff you use, I mean, the more you work with the icing, the more adventurous you start to get, and the more you just You just plain. It's just plain. I don't know the bakers how they feel, the cake makers, because that's a totally different thing. There is no plain, that's stressing from. That's why I don't do that. I just do biscuits. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. All right. Snowflake, eh? You'll see I hold my one arm with my one hand because we've got Parkinson's running in our family, so we tend to sit and go like this. So I always just, you don't have to do that, but yeah, whatever suits you. Yes, I've got more control over my hand. No. No, you can't. But you get people that apparently can do it. They are amazing. No, you don't. You don't put the bag on on the biscuit and pipe. You'd never do that because I can promise you it's going to be one big. You see, you can't. You just can't. So you always. Oh, ja, ek hierdie een vat. So you always. Nee, die gaan nie eens werk nie. My pink is te loperig. Daai is ook te loperig. Alles is nou loperig. Wat gaan nie aan? Jy sien, so as wanneer jy werk, laat die icing net val. Yes, I just make a small and then I start. Wanneer daar nie, maar ook nie teen die ding nie. Jy moet self leer. O, Here, hier's nog een. Is dit reg? Okay, daar's ons jou so jou onderkant is lekker hard. So nou kan jy sit you can do piping work on top of it. If this was soft, that will happen. It will just sink in and the possibility of the white starting to run off is very good because you are putting extra icing in. All right. All right, let's do some stiff. Okay, I'm not going to do the bottom part. Ja, almal weet seker om die bierglasies te maak. Just the white. You make the orange or whatever color and then you wait, let me show you. I'm just going to make this whole thing white now if you don't mind. Hierdie gaan nie werk nie, wag. Kan ek gou dunner icing maak? When you are I'm not going to work with different colors, but you know the colors that you need to work with, so. Hey? No, I use this color paste. I don't know, these work the best for me, and then when I do spray painting, I use Barco. I don't know, for me this works the best.
alles Reis.
Okay. This warm weather, I thought, because I've got a room it's just my baking room, and it was getting very, very hot. So I thought I'll use a fan to just make it cool, but to work, not a good idea. That cold air that's circulating in the room makes a crust like immediately. So if you wanted to do wet on wet, no way. You need to throw everything away or scrape it off. All right, now I'm going to make the bubbles now. But this is not the real color of the bubbles. No, but most of the froth on top. Wie drink? Wat noem mense 'n pink drankie? All right, something like that then. All right, so and then that's not supposed to be that caramel color because your icing is most that light yellow. Now you make your bubbles, you start making your bubbles just a little bit darker. You do your bubbles and then you just go halfway over the pink ones again. Then you get the well, I do it and it goes quicker because you're going to sit and wait now for it now to sink in. All right, so, but you do it now in beer colors. All right? It's like very stupid, by the way. All right, now I'm just going to pipe the stiff one. Tired. Okay, this stiffness of the icing is perfect for writing. If you want to do some writing work on a biscuit, leaves. I like to pipe leaves with this thickness as well. Roses I pipe with this as well. Roses, writing, any detail work, I use the very stiff icing. And then it's also nice when the biscuit maybe breaks just to pluck it together again. Which happened this week with gingerbread men. As I was busy packing them, and that's 500 of them, I think you're halfway through, one's arm broke. And I'm like, what the hell, this lady's going to kill me. So I just pluck them. And they're like cement, it really holds. Pleasures of life. You know, I'm doing this for 2 years, but every day I still learn. You never stop learning. One day you think your consistency is right, the next day, and it's all got to do with the humidity of your place as well, where you work. Because if I go to Saldanha to my mommy, I tried to make biscuits there for my niece. He wanted Batman biscuits, and that icing just didn't want to dry. I went to buy 3 fans just to try and get the stuff dry, because they stay near the beach, and it takes forever. So yeah. All right, this is more like toothpaste consistency. You can pipe nice stuff with it, but it's not going to sink in. You can pipe on top of it. It's going to hold the shape, but it won't have. Where if you pipe straight from this, when you lift your bag, it's going to have that peak. I always do this. I do the rainbows. When I do rainbow biscuits, and then the two bolletjies hier langs die kant. I tend to take this, and then I just make. And then when you leave, it makes like a nice texture. You must play, and you must put texture on your biscuit, not just one flat biscuit. It's not nice. At least I like to play around and try and make it nice for everybody. All right. Ik ga nou maar zelf proberen hoor. Relatief erg glad hier. And try and get this bowls as quick as possible in water as well, because it also goes rock hard. All right. These you can do nice and thick. You have to use a thin. I don't use tips. The only time I do use tips is when I must pipe flowers. Otherwise, I will show you now how to do. Maybe I must do that first. No, I can't. Okay. Even your leaves, you just cut your bag on like a V shape. There's your leaves. I don't like to use cut points because you forever must look for the stuff, or it's dirty and it takes like an hour to clean the stupid stuff. I don't like it. Maar moet nie vir my luister nie. Doen whatever julle comfortable mee is, doen dit. All right, there you go. There's your froth. You're done. Yeah, okay. You see, it still holds its shape, but you don't get the sharp points as with stiff icing. So just make your stuff a little bit, like maybe a drop or two of water. But it also depends. You will know as you go on. I hope I teach you something. Yeah. All right, drawing on a biscuit. These people that say you can use pencils, please don't. Don't use pencils to draw. Use there's edible markers. It's the best. It's safe. It's food safe. You don't know how food safe a pencil is to draw on a biscuit. So it's the best to, especially if you want to make it for your house and for your children, and then draw with it. But if you want to sell to other people, you can't. You don't know what. You understand? There can be something in that lead. They say it's lead-free. Children, all small children sit and eat on a pencil, but don't. Right. So when you draw, a lot of cookie cutters we don't get in South Africa. So if I must say, like 80% of my biscuits is hand cut. You don't get the cutters. I also don't have time to go order a cutter from somebody because they don't make it as you want it. So most is hand cut. I just print a picture and put it on the dough and cut it out with that small knife I had just now that I can't find. Yeah, so just cut out your own biscuit. That way you can do any. A lot of people ask me, can you make this? If I must go according to can I make that, according to do we have the cutters in South Africa yet? I maybe make 100 biscuits a week. Because most people go on Pinterest and they see this flamboyant biscuits and they see it's so nice, we want that biscuit. So go the extra mile, but if you really can't or you don't want to do this, always give them the option, you can do that, but can you do it on a normal square or a normal circle? Then you can still say, PJ Masks. I haven't seen PJ Masks cookie cutters yet. Say they want that. You can either tell them, okay, fine, I'll cut it out by hand, do your price, or I can make it on a square biscuit on top of flooded. You understand? So give them the two options, always. All right, and then all you do is for the eyes. So then you just take your pen, and you do go through a lot of these pens, eh? Now you just flood those black, and you can do the ears also black. Then you leave it, you let that dry. Afterwards you come back, you do your white, and then you let the white also sit. And then you can do your nose. So it gives that 3D effect. It's not just one flat biscuit, here you go. You want to make it special. Or I like to do it that way. So then you sit and build. So always see what is, you know your white's going to be the most icing. So try and do everything else that the white's not going to, that the white is going to touch. Do that first, let that set, then you can do the rest. And then you're done. And when that's dry, do the nose and draw the mouth with these edible pens. I don't like to ice mouths or this little thing there. I don't like to ice that, I like to draw that. Because especially with stiff icing in small spaces, or you want to make it small, if you go around, the icing twirl in the bag, so it makes it, and it goes like this. And if you're going to pipe on white with black, it's a mess. You can clean it if you take normal almond essence or clear vanilla and a earbud, and then you can clean it. But I don't like that. Don't look nice at all. All right. Those that ordered biscuits from me before know I can't do faces. I can't do a face at all. I can't draw a face. I can't pipe a face. I can't. I just can't. The eyes is always skewed. I'm Picasso, higher grade Picasso. So I always tell them that I can, if they want, I can do, and then I do prints. All right. You can go and sit and print, pipe on the print. I always do it. I just cut out whatever, say frozen. I cut the whole thing out, and then I start to pipe the hair and the dress. But the face I leave because I know I'm not good in it. So I'm not gonna fiddle where I don't know. So you can pipe icing on top of this as well. It makes it much easier as well. If you can't, like I can't, really I can't do faces. So I printed, I pasted with the Barco food glue, yes, and then, but if you do this, after you paste it, please don't put this biscuit in the dehydrator, never. Your icing that you're going to use now is going to be thick, so you don't need the dehydrator, you can put it in, like I've got this big cupboard with fans running the whole day, you can put it in there, but don't bring any heat, nothing near. Because I once did it, pictures on rice paper, and I thought it was very clever, and I'm going to put it in the oven. And when I came to the whole biscuit, the whole thing was a nice picture, and my piping worked. And when I got there, the piping was there, and the picture was the small little bulky of something here in the middle. It went away. So, yes. What else can I teach you, ladies? Okay. Ek kan nie blomme doen om my lewe te doen nie. Wat ek het nie eens punte gebring. Heer, ek het nie eens punte gebring vir 'n blommetjie nie. Okay, wait, I'll show you something. Is die 40 minute nog oor nie? Dis nie. I'm just going to show you this last one. Hoekom doen ek dit? Oh, my kop. All right. I'm just going to show you how I do the feathering business, if I can get my brush. All right. Water. Okay, you just damp. You never use a wet brush because you don't want to put water on this icing at all. You can make like watermarks on it, which is like holes in it as well. So don't do that. Always just make it damp and try and get most of your water off.